Here we go. All right. What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And this is Big Games BS brought to you by presented by Did Media Group, presented by AlphaMaleJacks.com. AlphaMaleJacks.com is the go-to website for all things male, or not even male, because again, we're not disrespecting or disregarding the ladies. All things human enhancement. It's a replacement. It's hormone replacement therapy. Not just testosterone, not just all these different things. Testosterone is the new buzz one when it comes to men. But we got B12 shots. We got some of you guys have a little bit more estrogen in your life than what you need. You got some of you guys dealing with blood sugar levels being elevated, dealing with all kinds of other different shit. This is what we're here for. We're here to help you guys out, help you maintain, because 2024, you should not be stressed out the way that you guys have been stressed out. And you won't be stressing me out. So the best way I can think to make sure that you don't stress me out is to make sure you guys go to alphamalejacks.com. Normally, we're inside the world's greatest cigar lounge. We're not here. We're not there today, obviously. Working from the homicide. And yeah, so got some good things to talk about. Yesterday we did a breakdown of the proper the transfer portal in terms of Florida State. So go check out that content on the YouTube channel. We got some shorts that have come up. One thing I'm learning about shorts, when I speak ignorance sells. When I say Celebration Bowl is the potato salad bowl, or I say some shit like it's the Comp Fritters Bowl or some wild shit, everybody loves it. But when I go out here and say some righteous shit, it don't get the spins. Black people love to be offended. So learning lesson. But I also Terrence Conway, I did. I don't know if I got it from you or where I got it from, but I did see the proper way to pronounce DJ Uiagalelei. I'm still struggling with it, but we will have a proper. Actually, we might even be able to find it on the website. Doesn't Google do like the pronunciations and shit? I'm not sure. We would definitely go up and we would try to learn this man's name as he may be making plays for us. So but shout out to everybody who's in the chat. Love when we greet each other. Good morning and stuff like that. So we'll get started. Right now, on the road to riches and diamond rings, real people do real things. We're on the road to 5,000, really on the road to 10,000. But to get to 10,000, you got to get to 5,000 first. We are 916 away from 5,000. So 916 subscribers away from 5,000. We are currently at, where are we at on memberships? Currently at 94 memberships. Shout out to my boy One Chop City One. That's who called in, hooked me up with my old brother. We will be doing tomorrow, me and Lorenzo Booker, around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 11 o'clock his time. We will be doing a live pod where we'll be bringing back Dope Boys, where we will do interviews with former FSU players, and we will just talk about our experiences, how life is for them now, and what it was like being coached by one of the greatest coaches. But yeah, so Angelo is definitely not going to be a viral moment because it wasn't. I think Miles should have put like even though this song is stuck in my head. I actually want to say this. It was a real moment yesterday. I found something. My daughter's mother is now an AKA. Can't believe this shit. She waited. It's 45. Wait, how old am I? I'm 39. She's 46 years old. About to be 47 and decided to become an AKA. It's crazy. Midlife crisis shit. So this song by a dude named Tony Boy stuck in my head. It says, first thing I want to do is say fuck my baby mama. Not all of them, just one of them, because she be about drama. Second thing I want to say is fuck a dude too. Cause he be on that whole shit. And that's what bitches do. I don't even know her husband. I just want to say that was some whole shit. I didn't like that. Even though I have nothing to do with them anymore. I just don't like that shit. But leave some shit to the Colemans. Now the Coleman the regionals, aka meeting with the Colemans is going to be very interesting. But again, we need 5,000 subs. Go tell a friend. Right now, where we're at right now is if everybody right now. What about now? This on? Yeah, because it's good right here. All right. So, anyways, so I was saying is each one of y'all go tell a motherfucker right now to go subscribe to my page. If each one reach one, then we all do that good. If the 4,000 guys we have right now all told one person to go subscribe, we would be at 8,000 ASAP. Which I don't know if I could handle that kind of growth. We would have to like spread out the prizes, but I would definitely appreciate that and grow with that. And if each person in here right now, if we could just get Peter Shields, Excalibur, and Terrence to just go on become a greenie, I would greatly appreciate that. But no pressure. But that's what we're going for right now. If you can go, Miles, pull up one of the videos. This is a kid. Shout out to the University of Miami signee Derek Plaz. I really wanted him to come to Florida State, but he's down there doing his thing at the Army or the All-American game. It used to be the Army All-American game, but it's not that anymore. We definitely missed on this one. I'm a big Derek Plaz fan. He's moving into the interior now, and just got look at his feet, look at his hands. I mean, he was getting active right there. He's not gonna start there right away, but he's gonna be good for the University of Miami one day. That dude that he's going up against is a signing to Clemson. So, but he pop. Ooh, just the hands, just good. Active hands. Watch this jab right there. Nothing that kid could do. Tried to rip. Tried to swim first. That's why they always tell people don't try to swim, especially when you can catch them real good. Good shit. Right, on to the next thing. I think I don't even know where we're at. I gotta go follow that. Oh shit, that's how it took Excalibur. Shout out to Excalibur for becoming a den. I think it said den insider, not even a den mate. So he went to the next level up. FAMU. When we were talking about it on the show yesterday, it wasn't official, but now it is official. Willie Simmons is now no longer the head football coach at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University. Right now, the SWAC has lost, I think, a good amount of coaches, but as a collective African American, actually, you can put that right there. This is right here is one of the greatest things I've seen. Coach went and typed in like, was it New Rome's timing? What's the old Times New Roman font 9.5? And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna say this, and this is why I say when people be texting me these theses, I I'm happy for you. I'm sorry, or I don't, whatever, whichever one of those works. Like for that, you just take that, coach. I ain't got time to read all that shit. Like I'm not gonna read all that. Like look how tiny that is. Like, coach, you wild on that. You wild for that. But we all knew he was leaving, so like I don't even know what the surprise was or what the secret and any of that shit was. But shout out to Willie. But I do know this. People on the hill, because what was crazy, we had like a full race riot on Twitter with the Florida State guys going over there. If FAMU people was just like, you know, we stole y'all top talent. We got this. You know what the motherfuckers did? So this Willie dropped the mixtape. I'm re-entering the transfer portal. I am opening up my recruitment. I am this. I did. The family boys ain't waste a goddamn second before they got off that hill, man. Right? I mean, it's just no. They just people want they want to be able to say that we're better, and it's just not. Again, it goes back to some shit that ain't had nothing to do with most of us. And they probably what. And what's crazy is I told y'all, fam, you did to us what they claim Florida State did. They didn't let us use their goddamn locker room when I coached the state championship. They was out there motherfucking treating us like we was gave us separate but equal accommodations. The other team got to use the visitor locker room. We got to use a tent that they robbed us. They tried to steal our shit. But anyway, but this is where if you go push that video, this is how we all felt a little bit, even though we knew it was coming. This young lady, she went to FAMU. She talks cash money shit. She's annoying sometimes, but she had a hit right here because this shit is fucking hilarious. Because this is what all FAMU went from being stupid proud, uber proud to this.
He made a big time, Willie. Oh, that's
That is funny. It's so
we'd be so extra. This is why I don't want to ever have a funeral, because I don't want nobody up here like this being extra for me, rolling around in the grass on the concrete right here. And you know she wasn't real with it. Look how gently and gingerly she's placing herself on the ground. But this is how the old heads is at FAMU right now. Willie. Oh man. And it's a congratulations. I wish we had the Tyrese thing. You know when Tyrese was like, congratulations. That's basically what they're like on the hill right now. You know. The internet is undefeated, man. Brandon B. Lynn, this is a great question. We didn't talk about this today. We talked about it a little bit on Monday. I didn't see Crow's thoughts. I do know E-Dog, but I did talk about Dog. Dog also put up damn, I forgot the OG's name. But he put up another one who thought about stuff. But I understand the opt-outs. I don't understand the opt-outs. My understanding of the opt-outs is this. Is that those are your brothers, and you left your brothers to go through a buzzsaw by their own selves, man. Like my analogy was, all right. So like, what got me removed from the final straw that got me removed from my first middle school was a big brawl that we all got a chance to participate in Southside Park in 1996. I think it was 96. Yeah, 95, 96. Yeah, so spring of 96. We all got into this brawl. And I had the chance to hop it. It wasn't my fight. But all my brothers got in the fight. And there were guys with nicknames that they were going up against, like Slugger, Head, Cuddy, a bunch of other guys like that. So I liked the fight, so I wanted to participate in it. And we had great stories on that bus back to Rockbrook, of the fight that we all got into. But word got out and people got questioned and all kinds of shit, and then I got accumulation. But like, you'll never be able to get that moment in time back. And a lot of people are speaking to guys like we never experienced that, or we didn't have to deal with those same issues. Like Doc was a second team All ACC D tackle. Clifton Abraham, I believe that's who it was. He did that. Crow was a guy who I'm gonna tell you how bad Crow wanted to play. Crow tore his ACL the end of July, messing around with some high school kids like that were at the camp, and rehabbed himself to where he could have been back. He could have literally played in the Clemson or the Florida game that year. And he really pushed it to get himself to where he could be in playing shape to be able to play. So different era, different time in life, but same results, the same things. Like you could be remembered forever. And yes, Norvell's game speech was absolutely amazing. Let me see if I can go find this because that wasn't you're taking me off track a little bit, but I really did like his game speech was remarkable. It was here, let me send this to you, Miles, so we can put this up there. His game speech is everything that I've been saying on this channel in regards to what life is like. And I'm probably the only channel that's telling you guys this day in and day out, that sports is a microcosm of society. And the thing about capitalism, as well as a lot of different things, is and some of the constraints and the laws and the things that have been put into life and some of the things that we deal with, you could do everything right and still not be right. I just emailed you this. But the only guarantor of success is hard work and putting in the work. But that doesn't mean you're going to get the success that you desire. And I think Jay Adams, I'm somebody different. Bellevue is in Tallahassee. I've never subbed in Tallahassee before. Jay Adams. That might have been another big black dude with dreads. But yeah, play this real quick. Now, Bellevue might have had the no, I did the champions program for a little bit. We're gonna take this 2 minutes, whether you're an FSU fan or not. We're gonna listen to what Miguel has to say with this. This was some dope shit. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta give Mike props on this one. He was in his bag on this one.
Because in life, there's gonna be a lot of things that you cannot explain, you cannot put your finger on, but ultimately, you're always gonna have a choice. You're gonna have a choice about what you want to do, how you want to do it, what you want it to look like. I've told you since the very first day that I came here, right? Hard work does not guarantee success. It doesn't, and it never will. But it absolutely will put you in the best position to be able to achieve it. I think that's one thing that we've seen throughout the course of this season. We got some remarkable men that are sitting here in front of me. And the work you put in, the decision that you made, just to say yes, because you know what? It's really easy when things don't go well, right? And you hurt, right? And you're angry, and you're sad. The easiest thing to do is to pull back and stop. That's what the world wants you to do. But there's only a select few people that are willing to freaking fight. And I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for what you've done. I'm grateful for who you are. You deserve better than that. So I apologize to you. For you guys that are playing your last game, you had a season that will be remembered forever. I respect the hell out of who you are for being in here today, for stepping on that field and going and giving everything forever. You have my respect.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people would try to make it seem like Coach might have took a shot at some of the guys who didn't opt in and opt out. I don't think he was really taking a shot. I think he was more so just talking to the people who came out there and slugged it and thugged it out. That's who that message was for. And I really pray to God that this was the villain arc moment. This was the moment that this was the Bruce Wayne moment, seeing your parents get killed and make you an orphan. This is the well, I guess Bruce Wayne is more of an anti-hero at times. He definitely takes his stuff in his own hand. I hope this was the, I guess when you really think about it, somebody said the difference between heroes and villains in the movies is like all of them is how they deal with adversity and pain. I don't want him to become a hero. I want him to be a merciless bastard and be a phenomenal person at camps and off the field and hug babies and kiss babies and hug little children. But when it comes to adults, I hope we beat the fuck out of people and kick teeth in. I think the problem with this world is we don't have, again, I always joke with people. One thing I do not want to die. And people say that I was a good man. I want to die being a great man. Great men ain't good and good men ain't great. I need him. I need people to know that just as willing as he was to feed the world, he was willing to beat the shit out of you. That you did not want to be. He was an amazing friend, but he was a terrible enemy. And that's what I want people to start thinking about Miguel Norvell. So it's a great speech. I do think that there is a brotherhood, but I do believe that the problem with people is that brotherhood is overrated. To some, it does not mean what they say. And we got to get back to, as a nation, meaning, having things mean something. Yeah, I don't know. That's a topic for another day, I guess. But I can't fault anybody for not participating though. But I can understand. I can most definitely understand people not being overly happy about what went down. And what happens is Dog is in a different situation. Crow is in the same situation as me, as it's been 20 years since we played in the Orange Bowl against Miami. In 2 years, it would be my 20th season. It would be the 20th season of the anniversary of the first ACC championship game that we won in Jacksonville, Florida. You don't get those. Like, I'll never every year I'm another year removed from what would be considered fame, or playing on that stage. And you miss it. Like, you'll see this on Thursday when me and Lorenzo Booker talk in our Dope Boys conversations. You'll hear, you'll feel as if you were there in the moments in which we discuss things. You'll probably hear tales of regret, us wishing that we would have done one thing a little bit better, so that that we could have achieved more, lived up to our the best of our ability. But what you'll also hear is two men that will never get the opportunity to get that back. You'll never get the opportunity to correct that, in which because it's the past now. And though you felt like you might have made the right decision, because a lot of things could have happened. Injury, bad performance, bad film. But as I've stressed, statistically speaking, you have less of a chance of getting injured playing a football game, or just as much of a chance of getting injured playing a football game than you have to walking into football practice. I believe it was 1 in every 2,000 occurrences is when injuries happen. We all discussed that in that ACC championship game. Excuse me, not ACC championship game. In the Orange Bowl championship game, there was no major injury. Rob Scott went down for a second, but there was no major injury in that. There was no major injury, if I remember correctly, in either of the college football playoff games. I know we had the one guy from Bama go down, but I'm not 100% sure how serious that injury was or wasn't. In fact, in most of these games, you did not see a major injury. And if you did, you saw one. And that's, statistically speaking, you have a better chance of winning the lottery. Also, statistically speaking, you have a better chance of winning the lottery than you do of going to the NFL. So you'll look back and you'll say, that's why I made the statement that we talked about on the show. I think paying athletes will put us in a better position, but it still probably will not change a lot of the things going on. Click on, what did I say? Sounds lit. Something I was thinking about that I saw, and I like this idea. I'm actually going to try to propose it to the principal in Mandarin for at least one football game. It won't be this season. It'll probably be in another season. But one high school game per season between districts should happen during the school day. Imagine the student turnout, might even get kids interested in sports they never played. Like, imagine having you have your JV basketball team and you have your varsity basketball team. Imagine 9th and 10th graders get to come out and go watch, but they have to go watch the JV game. Like, that's going to be crazy how lit it would be in that stadium. I mean, that arena. But then imagine the football team if they knew that every kid in the high school was going to be there. Like, that'd be crazy how loud and how electric that atmosphere would be, especially if you're able to do it against a rival. Thought it would be lit. College Football Invitational brought out all of the trolls, all of the different things. And I know a lot of Florida State fans as a collective base and a lot of Georgia fans and a lot of people. I'm not watching that shit. We got snubbed. And I'm like, nah. I like football way too much to not fucking watch it because Florida State's not in it. What else was I going to do? But I loved every second of it, not because the games were interesting. The games sucked, actually. If we're being a buck. The Texas-Washington game should have been played first, because that game put a lot of people to sleep, even though it was way more exciting than the Alabama-Michigan game. If they would have reversed it, we would have all went to sleep on the Alabama-Michigan game. They kept Florida State out of the game because they didn't think the quarterback play was going to be up to par. For us to see, they kept it out because they were like, Florida State's running a wildcat. For Alabama to basically have, like, I saw a tweet, bro. Was it Jalen Milroe? Is that how you say his name? Yeah, Jalen Milroe plays quarterback like every racist thinks all black quarterbacks play. Like, it was awful. And for people to just play in Florida State's face just made it even worse. And then the talking heads just saying whatever they want. I'm really tired of all of this shit. My homegirl Erin, who I'll talk to about in a second, my dog, you guys know her. She's more than Cromartie's baby mama, but she's the mother of AJ, Antonio Jr. She put out a tweet, and I thought it was great. You know, saying she was watching it, and I said I loved every second of watching the SEC have both their teams, their current representative and their future representative, sitting at home watching the national championship just like everybody else. Because you backdoored both of them in there. Watching the Alabama-Michigan game only led me to believe that I think we could beat either one of those teams. But it definitely let me know that Georgia team that walked on that field and played us in the Orange Bowl is beating the fuck out of those two teams if they played them again. The absolute fuck out of those two teams. It also let me know Florida State is not as far off as what people think that they are. Because if hear the prophecy here. The prophecy is this. Texas and Oklahoma are going to come in and immediately be two of the top teams in the SEC next year. It's not as far off of a reach as you think it is. Missouri and Texas A&M came in and were immediately two of the top teams in the SEC for a couple years. Missouri went to back-to-back. They won the East back-to-back years. One with the Fruit Loop. You know, the boy, the boy, Michael Sam. Like to play with dudes' booties and stuff. The game, the FSU's defense would have kept us in the game. For those who want to know, Brock Glenn threw for more yards than Jalen Milroe. FSU's defense was just as good to be able to stop those things. There were some people, I think Michael Penix Jr. played pretty good. Let me pull up the stats here for the games, for the college football invitational. People talk about, like, we will not be talking about this. You know what the thing we'll talk about the most from this playoff is the snub of Florida State getting drummed. More than we would talk about the actual fucking game. That lets you know how it's not anything. It was not a good matchup. What they tried to do by their own strength, they ended up fucking it up. It was laid out there for them. The two undefeated teams ended up going. Quinn Ewers threw for a lot of yards, but one touchdown. Michael Penix Jr. was everything that we've seen him to be, but absolutely no running. You mean to tell, like, again, let's just stop, no trolling, none of that stuff for a second. Just real adults talking. Real adults talking here. You mean to tell me that the team that gave up 3 passing touchdowns all year couldn't have competed against Texas or Washington in a game where all they did was throw the ball? That defense that we saw against Louisville, it's tough, man. It's tough to let's just look at how great JJ McCarthy was considered one of the better quarterbacks in this draft, this upcoming draft. What did he throw for? What did he do? 17. Now, this was a much better day. 17 for 27, 221 yards, 3 touchdowns, a couple big games. Now, Blake Corum, man, listen. What is Blake Corum? Is he light skinned or is he all white? Because that motherfucker was toting that thing, boy. I ain't gonna lie, he was running hard. That's what would scare me more about Michigan than anything else is their running game. But he did have, I thought that catch was bigger than that by Tyler Morris. That was a big catch. Touchdown, 30. It was only 38 yards. I just really wish things would have been done a little bit differently. But the game was boring as fuck. The games are boring as fuck, man. Like, we can't even what is it? What did kids say? Can't even cap and pretend that that was one of the most interesting national championships that we've ever seen. Man, Grill, man, that's just what they've been trying to hype McCarthy all year, man. Even though Penix is exponentially better. Shout out to Penix, my boy Jason Roberts. I might have to get him an interview. I'm straight out of Tampa Bay Tech High School, out of Tampa. He shouted out his hood. He said free his homeboy. Like, all that shit. But let's look at some of this art. Like, let's listen to, like, speaking of Michael Penix, nothing's better than a black guy giving a mischaracterization of another black guy. Remember Stephen A. Smith said the Ohio State quarterback that passed a couple years ago, said that he was just like he was a athletic quarterback, even though that's the opposite of what he did. The man actually hated running the ball. But let's listen to who Michael Irvin compares Michael Penix to, because again, the cocaine was just better in the 80s. You can tell, like, just look at him. But let's listen to what Mike has to say. Yeah, Dwayne Haskins.
Yep. That left hand, the way that other touchdown came out, that reminds you of Michael Vick. That ball jumps off. Remember how that ball used to jump off Michael Vick hand? That reminds me of Michael Vick right there. Oh man, this is he has. Listen, I heard people talking about him, even driving into work today, and they talking about, well, Michael Penix Jr., where do you think he's going to be? And it was like a late round, maybe a late round first, stuff like. I said, are you joking? That dude, no man, are you joking? That when they get through the process, the way that kid moves and the way he throws that ball off his hands that quick, that fast, and how accurate he is, he'll jump up anybody's draft board. He's going to jump up draft boards.
I agree.
That left hand, the way that other touchdown came out,
okay, so
that reminds you of Michael Vick.
Penix Jr.
That ball jumps off. Remember how that ball used to jump off Michael Vick hand?
Michael Vick is nothing like him. The only thing him and Michael Vick have in common are they're both left-handed and they're black. That's it. Michael Vick did have the ball, just like Michael Vick did this, and the ball went 1,000 yards. Like, Michael Vick's arm was so strong that we believed the Powerade commercials. You remember those Powerade commercials, people? Like when they had like all the stuff where the guys where he threw the ball over the stadium. He was throwing at the guys were catching it and falling backwards. I would not believe that commercial with Michael Penix Jr. Mike can throw the ball. Oh, my bad. They also have the name Mike in common. But, man, you just, them nostrils flaring. That's how you know a good cokehead back in the day, man. But, like, the coke was better then. The coke back then, you could be a working cokeaholic. Like, right now, you can't. Like, you don't know what's in it. The fentanyl, the stuff they lace it with, you can't coke and work anymore. And you can see clearly with what Michael Irvin's trying to do right now. The coke and the working ain't helping. More of the stuff with them playing in Florida State's face is the accolades that they give everybody else. Florida State's problem is that every game was close. They could not just do this. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. They couldn't do this. They couldn't do that. But it's a problem when Florida State does it. But when other people do it, it's an actual benefit. Go check out the things right after it's with one of the worst quarterbacks in Alabama history. I think you already got it up. No, that one. Probably, yeah, this one right here is one of the things at Florida State. All the games were so close. Like they how did you play these? Like, it was always a problem when we did this shit. But when other people do this shit, it's not a problem. So push play with that. Shout out to Chris. Appreciate it, Sporadics. You didn't have to do that, man, but I appreciate you anyway, Chris. Gatorheaded people snorting meth is crazy.
Kind of season they have, every game is close. It finds a way to get close. To have one of your own players get hurt, to stop the clock, to put you in that situation where you're just hanging on for dear life. Kind of the way their season's gone, but they always win.
They always find a way. It's the most remarkable thing. You watch them offensively, defensively, when someone has to make a play, whether it's a 4th and 1 reverse to Rome Odunze, whether it's a back shoulder throw against Oregon State to Rome Odunze on
they're bringing it down.
Weather, whether it's a great PBU by Elijah Jackson with the game on the line and the championship on the line, potentially, they find a way. It's a resilient group that does have a flair for the dramatic, but at the same time, man, they've earned every single thing they've gotten this year, and they're going to be a great possible champion if they can get it done a week from now.
Washington, when you have the kind of season they have,
This
every
is
game
like,
is
again,
close.
this is why Florida
It
State
finds a
fans
way
are
to get
mad.
close.
Is because these are all the reasons why they said Florida State should not be in it. And go ahead and put this right here. Like, this is good. Little Duval. My man, I'm gonna give props. Corey X. Here comes the trolls. Anybody who's from Tallahassee that's a Miami fan, mama dropped them on their head. You're so looking for engagement that like you had to go counter everybody else. You weren't even alive probably when Miami won the championship. So like, the fuck out of here. The committee got it right. Sure. You'll never be in it. You'll never be in the conversation.
Yeah,
we got Miami coming up very soon, though. Miami coming up real soon. We're gonna talk about y'all and what I think your coaches got it right. You're 35. Definitely, I'm right, fool. Like, bitch, you saw one champion. Oh yeah, now you're getting the attention that you want because you're younger than me. I was 5 in '89. I'm 39. So that means you were 1. That means you were on your mama's tit when Miami was in that 3-peat. Like you know you wrong. What do you remember about the championship in '89? You don't remember shit about it. What you remember is shitting on yourself in a onesie. You couldn't even enjoy the championship in '01. Like, you couldn't even go see a movie by yourself in '01. So shut the fuck up. Like, you know you wrong. You know you didn't enjoy that shit. So you're coming in and here's what you know about Miami since you 35, Mr. 35. I'm a man. I'm 35. Since you know every goddamn thing, what you know is probation. What you know is years of mediocrity. What you know is one fucking championship since you've been around. What you know is you've known that you sucked way more than you've been good. That's the facts. That's the history. That's the history lesson. The only reason you know about Miami is through the History Channel. So don't mad. What do I got to be mad about? I know what I've known in the 39 years of existence that I've had. We've had a dynasty. We've had I can firmly tell you where I was at for all 3 of our championships. Wasn't sucking on my mama's titty. I can tell you that much. 35 years. So in 35 years of your existence, Miami has sucked. So that's not mad. That's just the reality of the situation. And what you do, I can tell you the last 3 years of your life, what you've known is Miami ain't even going to get an opportunity for the committee to get it right. Miami's going to get it right for the committee. How about that? How about that? You will not, like, the reality of the situation is they didn't recruit you. Actually, the coolest thing about the funny thing I can tell Miami fans is that Randy Shannon actually came to Tallahassee to recruit me. That motherfucker ain't coming to see your ass. Like, that's a goddamn shame, though. Yeah, you right, dog. You still got more national championships. You just don't know nothing about them. You can't even tell me about them, dog. I mean, that's so you got daddy issues. Okay, you put that up there, Miles? I want them to not. Now I get it. You one of them kids. Your dad. My father wasn't in my life, and his whole side of the family is FSU fans, so I got to be counted to that. I know enough. I don't have to know you, but I know this. My whole dad's side is FSU fans. Dude, what the fuck you mad about? No, you mad at your daddy. That's what you imagine having father issues. You having father issues, and you coming in and you come in and start some shit. Then gonna talk about somebody mad when you mad at your father. That's the only reason you a Miami fan is because your dad walked out on you the last time. Miami won something. Your dad got mad, and now you have to be like, that's the only way I can get back at my father. Ain't nobody even asked for that information. That's how I know that was on his heart. Nobody asked about your goddamn daddy. You brought your daddy into this situation. My father doesn't love me anymore, so I'm gonna go like Miami. We have more championships. I never saw any of them, but I know this. Oh, Lord. it's a shame because I gotta say this to you, and I like Bobby. And I actually like a lot of I'm sorry, Bobby. I apologize to you. But it's these fatherless young men whose dads like that fish shoe, and then they walked out the door. They said, "I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes." They walked out, and the only thing that you remembered is I'm going to hate him because I know he loved that fish shoe. God damn it, he saw that fat ass fullback score against him in 05 and said, "So I'm going to go on his channel. I'm going to show my father." It's all good, dog. You ain't got to hate your daddy, bro. To say you're a Miami fan, dog. Like, just stand on business. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. They'll be back one day. Just not when you're going to be alive. You'll be 70, but they'll be back. They'll win a championship when they go to FCS. You lucky that Willie Simmons left because I think the orange and green team was going to win that game. I think FAMU was. I think the 850 orange and green team was going to come down there and whoop that ass. But talking more about this committee and all this other shit that went down, because if you really enjoyed, now real talk though, the committee could have got it right. But if you enjoyed those games, then I definitely believe your mom dropped you on your head, and that's cool. Or you're a fan of those teams. Washington fans should have enjoyed the game. I am upset about Texas. Shout out to my homegirl L'Oreal. She got to console. I mean, Sarkisian could have worse things in the world, but his wife is fine. No disrespect. Grew up with L'Oreal. Her dad, Mike Five, was one of the coldest motherfuckers to ever have worn orange and green at FAMU. But we got shit. It's all kind like that shit just wasn't good. Can we show what Alabama's again? Alabama, one of the greatest coaches of all time, and Milroe's production was this. This is what the game came down to. And this is what I really hate is when people say shit like this and they put like things that it should be a no-brainer, saying follow your guard, and they drew it up, and it's just not quite that simple, in my opinion. I don't really think following the guard would have helped him at all in this situation. The only thing that would have helped, if you listen to my breakdowns about why FSU's running game struggles sometimes, is maybe he could have paused it. But Miles, can they see the arrow? They can see the arrow, right?
That wasn't a.
Hold on, push pause. Go up to the arrow to that D tackle, the 3 technique, to the left. Yeah, right there. Watch that guy, and then watch Alabama's left guard. They did the Pro Football Focus breakdown of their offensive line. Goddamn. Left tackle, left guard, center got their ass whooped the whole fucking game. But go ahead, push play real quick.
Bad call at all. Follow your guard.
My man said this was a bad call. It wasn't a bad call. This is the last play of the game, by the way. This is to win the game. No, excuse me, to tie the game up.
They overran it. Follow your guard.
He doesn't even see the linebacker that's literally right there. That wasn't all the way off the screen. But if he paused, he might have had a chance. But the left tackle.
That wasn't a bad call.
It was a left tackle that didn't piss the bitch with a tight end.
Hard.
Yeah, he's getting on my nerves. Okay, so that's the guard, like the puller. He wouldn't have gone to that puller like that. And it might have worked. Milroe might have been tough, but that's the play that you decided. This is 4th and 3. The committee was afraid of bad quarterback play. I can promise you there is no team that was in this playoff that got left out. Georgia or Florida State, where they would have let it come down to a quarterback power. Like that lets you know that the situation stunk. He said he's laughing at my clown now. I appreciate you being here. Just be here. Keep laughing. As long as you're here, I get points. You don't get anything from me. So you stay your ass right there and keep watching. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be like, listen, Tupac cares if don't nobody else care. You are appreciated. I'll let you know that. But yeah, that center wasn't really good. Any of that stuff, man. But the craziest thing is the only people who think plenty of Cane fans are telling you. There's plenty of Miami fans are telling us, what are you talking about? Yes, you are right. They just hide. I know some of them, but like, yeah, if Canes fans only come out when they win. Oh man, oh Lord. one of the Michigan players had one of the realest statement that I've ever seen. Plenty of Canes fans though. None of them come to goddamn games. That's the craziest thing about Canes fans. They only exist. Canes fans only exist on the internet. Yeah. can't even consistently get 65,000 in a stadium. Like, but you sure but it's 65,000 on that, man. Like it's so and then they always bring up the championships, like Pittsburgh. Like, imagine playing Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh say we got more championships. Like, bitch, you still Pittsburgh. Imagine Harvard has more championships than both of us.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Yale has more championships than both of us. We've got more championships than you. How is that working for you right now? Matter of fact, you know what? Fuck this game. Let's get to Miami because Bobby wanted me to talk about Miami and their quarterback situation. I'm going to give you hope. If you go to QBs on this thing, I personally believe that UM has figured out this situation. They were going for Cam Ward, and that didn't work. Nobody wants to play for him. They tried to get KJ Jefferson, and KJ Jefferson was so enamored with the rings that Miami got that he decided to go to where there's the only ring they have is a fictional national championship. He said Miami or UCF, and he chose Orlando. Talk about just imagine the world. Imagine the world where you had to choose between two schools, and you said because they love to tell you about Prime 112 and all these things, but you had a chance. But he saw in the Bad Boys Mower Bowl, he saw them get beat by guys in Tim's and Tim's and Bubble Goose Parkers, and the Joe Budden Bowl. They seen that, and he was just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. But the real reason why he chose to not go there is because of what I actually believe. I personally believe that UM has their quarterback of the future. Miami fans don't believe in him, but I believe in him. And if you go play, this is so Thanos believes in them too. If you could just this is basically Jafari Brown to the Miami staff after they keep trying to over recruit him. And I'll give him his props. He stood in the paint, unlike Miami fans, but he stands in the paint.
You could not.
And unlike T. Rodemaker. He said, you know what? I'm going to earn my right. I'm going to play in this Bad Boys for Life bowl game, and I'm going to show everybody that I am really, really good.
You could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me.
Right now, that's the only quarterback that they have. They have a little wing. Emory Williams is there still, and they got the guy who they always go in my shorts and mess with me about, like Judd Anderson. Like, I've said good things about Judd since then. Judd had a really good season this year, but at the time of his commitment, he had a 1.17 to 1 touchdown to interception ratio, which was very Tyler Van Dyke-ish. Now, there are some little things that my man can't do. He can't see out of the left eye, all the way. And you saw that on the interception that he threw. And it's a lot of things, but they had like a little somebody made a tribute video to other game. And I like it. Again, I saw stuff. He scored two rushing touchdowns. Basically, you're running the Wildcat, and I think you guys will have success running the Wildcat this season as far as the University of Miami goes. But that's crazy. They used to say it was going to be all Canes conference, and then they haven't won a damn thing in the all Canes conference. But it'll come one day. Not that one. Not that one. It should be. But we're going to get to those.
This is in the Miami?
Yeah, it should be in the Miami thing. Huh, I thought I had it in there. Damn, I thought I sent it in there. All right, let me go find it. Because there was a video highlighting some of Jafari's accomplishments. And And again, I think there's definitely some stuff. Matter of fact, what's wild? Hey, do you know a Miami fan? Like, they got a DB in the portal right now, and a Miami fan said, "I'm on my knee. I'll get on my knees if it keeps you to stay." And I'm like, "Yo, grown man, pause. You know what? What's that? Nah, couldn't be. Could be a Miami fan in Tallahassee that would say some shit like that. Because I can see some wild shit being said like that. I'm sending you this email now, Miles, so we can go and check that out. Because the quarterback situation, my boy Bobby did want to know about the quarterback situation at UM. There's another highlight of that I do have of because Jafari is definitely a dual threat. A lot of the shit's wild. So we'll play this real quick so that y'all can see why you should be excited. Along with the talent. And Reposado coming back.
This QB hadn't played in a game in over a year, but when his name got called, he put everybody on notice. Jafari Brown hadn't played all season, but in the bright lights of Yankee Stadium, the 6'4" quarterback showed off his dual threat ability. He struck first with his legs, as he took the read option and slid into home plate for the touchdown. He almost hit again at the end of the first half, dropping a dime to Xavier Restrepo, but it would later be ruled out of bounds. You could see Jafari's confidence growing with time, as he came out in the second half and threw a 30-yard dot for a touchdown. Down late in the fourth quarter, he led a 12-play, 75-yard drive and topped it off with another rushing touchdown. Jafari redshirted the 2023 season and continues to develop in hopes of becoming an impact player as soon as next season. How do you feel about his game, and is there a player that he reminds you of?
Kenny Kelly, bunch of other Miami quarterbacks that didn't pan out. It reminds me of all of those. Jafari Brown's stat total, this was actually pretty good from a perspective. He was 20 for 31. Ooh, never mind. 20 for 31 for 181 yards. One passing touchdown, one interception. So he threw an interception, but like, damn, boy, you talk about Deacon Duncan. But that's probably the future. And I think that's the offense, because when you really go back and you think about it, like I said, I don't really blame him. That might just be Miami's offense because, it seems like that's just what their quarterbacks do. Emory Williams started the Clemson game. He was 24 for 33, 151 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Those are scary hour numbers. Let's go. Tyler the Dyke against Virginia in the victory. 20 for 30, 163 yards. I mean, that is, these motherfuckers really light up the scoreboard. We'll go with Emory Williams again against Florida State University. Emory was 8 for 23 for 175 yards. Man, these guys really got to figure it out on the quarterback front right here. Oh damn, I pushed hard. Oh no, I pushed it. This is really shit. I don't know what to tell you. My bad. I thought y'all had it figured out, but man, my bad. We well in the hundreds, man. If anybody wants to call in, this would be the time. Hit us up on the chat line. While we finish it up this episode, going to Florida State in the portal. So if we go backwards a little bit, Miles, you got the thing showing with the number. All right, connected to the Tooth of Blue. Even if you're a Miami fan in FSU, in FSU territory, this is a each one teach one type broadcast here. A lot of people took shots at Florida State, and I had to go backwards. My bad. Even failed politicians took shots at Florida State. This young lady lost to Matthew Gates. And if you don't know who Matthew Gates is a politician who stinks. He's literally like he is potential pedophile. But her name is Rebecca Jones, and she had the nerve to talk about 63-3. And when you look at the percentage in which Gates beat her, it was 67-30. Like that's basically she got beat. She got beat exactly the same as, you know. And then she gets mad. And then she gets mad at people for reminding her of the times when she got her ass absolutely handed to her. And you know, but she wants to come out here and take shots. That's the problem with a lot of these people. A lot of people taking shots and then get mad when you shoot back. Like you're supposed to just sit there and let that shit happen. No, bitch, we might have time today. And I did see somebody did put James, you punching down. And you're right. I do say I don't punch down, but god damn it. Today's different. Had to punch down. I had to put. Yeah, like I mean. Jafari Brown did put up Jalen Milroe type stats, though. 16 for 23, 116 yards with Jalen. It was championship level stats. By the way, I was trying to see if there's anything that I left out. Nah. The craziest part is that I think the committee should go back and just put Alabama and Texas in the championship because, you know, they feel like that's the right thing to do. They feel like they missed it. No surprise that both undefeated teams won. Any smoke with a certain running back that wears 0 hitting the portal and looking our way. I don't even know who you're talking about. You gotta give me some give me a little bit more Grill Master, but we don't punch down. We dropping elbows on the people down there. Amen. Amen again. The next clip though is here's a guy who I really hope. Oh, so we can all pronounce this right. So we got our quarterback, and we got it here. It's DJ Uiagalelei. Ui ching chang walla walla bing bang. That's gonna be his nickname. That's gonna be his name. Wah ching chang walla walla bing bang. Or Uiagalelei. Lale. Uiagalelei. 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 I'm gonna definitely need this shit right next to me. It's gonna take a little bit. I'll have it done by the end of the season. Do we have this? Do they have the proper pronunciation?
Let's see what they say.
Yeah, let's teach the people a lesson here. It's like school for people.
Uiagalelei. 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 For more help with names of people, countries, and places, check out.
It's like what my Sims say.
Yeah, like Uiagalelei. It just doesn't sound like it sounds like a joke.
Yeah.
But
play the Sims, that's how they talk.
Uiagalelei. That sounds like another language. But I mean, it's Polynesian, so we're gonna definitely. You know what? Fuck it. We're just calling them Polynesian sauce. That's what we calling them, man. Shout out to the Uiagalelei, Kev. Hey, listen, motherfucker. You see this? You see the sweatshirt, bitch? I can Speaking spell. Did hooked on phonics. Hey man, while y'all picking hooked on phonics is definitely how I learned how to read, man. Learn how to read well. Uiagalelei. Now I need a lay and we're gonna have hula skirts and a pig roast at the tailgates. Oh man. We talked about the running backs that I do like. Man, I really like the big running back from Tulsa that was at Maryland. Like his vision, like some of the other things that I saw with him. Damn, that was clutch miles. Uiagalelei. But we got a linebacker hit the portal. I got to talk to him today. Hopefully we like him. He's from Jacksonville. Grayson Howard. We call him Pup here in Jacksonville. I tried to get Pup before he went to South Carolina, but, you know, right now he went to South Carolina JV. It's like, that's our prep school. You got to go to Columbia. If you can last in Columbia, we may come come and recruit you again. I just want to get them just to piss those people off again. That's a rivalry like no wonder. I said Tulsa, Toledo, Tulsa, one of them motherfuckers. You're right. You're right, Renegade. It's one of them T's in the cold place. It's one of them T's of the state that's with an O. But I know it's cold. Last but not least, and we'll get ready to wind down on this show. I need y'all, and we have the number for you guys to call if you want to call in. Y'all gotta stop protecting these kids once they become adults, unless you're gonna tell your kids to protect themselves. Now, Florida State fans are irrational. Not even gonna hold you. Most fans are, but we've had some reasons. Like the hate of Travis Hunter still is irrational. It sucked. No, he didn't have to throw the hat, but he did. And he went to Colorado. I'm trying to think who else. We lost Luke, not Luke Cromahawk, Luke Altmaier to Mississippi, who was our quarterback, who was our highest rated recruit. We lost Travis. We lost somebody last year at the end. I can't remember. Somebody help me out with who we lost last year in the on right around signing day. We lost KJ Bolden this year and Blunt, but KJ was more of the one that hurt. And I normally always tell people leave the Jets alone. Nah, he earning this shit. And what makes it worse is that on the development of spaces, like, so Twitter has this thing where basically everybody who has a Twitter page can now go do their own space. And it's like this thing that was called Clubhouse a few years ago. And so Twitter did this so that people could stop doing the Clubhouse. Keldrick Falk, that's it. I like that. Or Falk. Yeah, I'm with you. Went to Auburn. Now he's hating in Auburn. And when you get to spaces, a lot of things can be said, and a lot of people have a voice. So one of the spaces on signing day, my homegirl, Erin, she went on there. She's really good friends with KJ's family. And, I like to listen to her, and she talks to the people and a lot of this stuff. And KJ's, shout out, congratulations for working your ass off and being able to advance your athletic career in the manner in which you are.
Chris.
Oh, God, Chris. What's up, bro? You want to get on the show? All right, hold on. What up, Chris?
Yes, sir.
What's going on? I was about to go on my rant about KJ, but what you got?
You were talking about the kid that we missed on last year.
Yeah, it was Falk, right?
Falk. Yeah.
Yeah, the defensive end. Yeah, I don't blame him. I blame him. I don't like them that they flipped, but they did their thing and they shut the fuck up and just went to go play. But KJ right now is taking every shot that he could fucking take, and I can't hold people back from that. If my son starts talking shit on social media, I expect him to get met with the same vitriol that he's giving out.
Right.
I mean, we can try to say not to do it, but hey, he could always just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I think KJ's whole family got enough of the whole recruiting process. He's also going after Auburn a little bit. We're just not seeing it because we're Florida State.
Oh, well, yeah. Without doubt. We don't give a fuck what happens with Auburn. He was committed to us. But one of the things that I think is funny, and what I would do, and I know they're not going to do it, because once you turn one person in, everybody starts turning each other in, kind of like the Michigan snitching scandal.
Yeah.
KJ put out said that it's one school, and I think this was Auburn he was talking about, said that one school offered him $3 million annually.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, I stated that if this were true, I want to go look at the draft, last year's draft. Because the goal of going to college is go to the NFL, right?
Yep.
So NFL draft contracts. Let's see, we're in 20. We'll just go 2022. Rookie contracts and projections. Now, some of this is a little off, but we're gonna look for a safety. You know what, Bump? Can't really find one, but let's say 12 million. In 2002, that would be comparable to the 28th pick in the first round of the NFL draft. That would be more money. You know what I'm doing if somebody offers me that? If I'm telling my son? That's where we signing.
Yep.
Because we going to the NFL. You know, safeties don't get drafted in the first round like that anymore. Like, you would make more money in college than you would make in the NFL. And so to turn that down, you ain't nobody that honorable talking this recklessly. So as I always say, lots of your passer, you ain't got a lot of me.
Right.
I'm not suggesting that he didn't get paid money though.
Yeah. I was gonna let everybody know as far as Florida State wise goes. We're hosting quite a few portal players today, tomorrow, and Friday. A lot of them are the guys that people have been wanting. So this is, I don't think all of these guys leave without one or two of them committing. So I think that it's going to be a good couple of days for Florida State.
I definitely think so. I think we'll find out where we're going to go with another running back. The Purdue defensive end is coming this weekend, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like him. I like our chances with him as well. I saw somebody sent me some information regarding regarding his situation, and I like the way that's going. Trying to think. What I want is some D tackles. I need some D tackles. And I need some linebackers.
Oh.
That linebacker from Charlotte, is he coming down?
Yeah, he is. And there's also 3 defensive tackles that we'll be hosting this week.
Okay, the one from Colorado State too, right?
Yeah, Colorado State's one of them. One of them's from a FCS school, but he looks pretty good. And then the other one is it's projected to be an NC State kid.
Okay. Let me be honest with you. Anybody at NC State wants on the D-line. NC State and Pitt, whatever, if they got good, if those schools like them, I'm going to start liking them.
Yeah.
They do a pretty damn good job.
And the running back that someone was talking about as far as number 0 goes, there's been a lot of smoke around the potential of Ollie Gordon entering the portal. And Florida State is obviously very interested in him. It's been a little bit quiet over the past week, but usually that means there's stuff being said.
Gotcha.
But I appreciate you having me on. I just wanted to kind of chop it up for a minute.
No, man, appreciate you, dog. Anytime, man. Appreciate you, Chris. That's Chris with Sporadics. Make sure you go check out Sporadics on YouTube. I do the show Mondays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. He always has it. Other different things like nuggets and all kinds of other stuff that they drop. All kinds of cool shit on that channel as well, man. Make sure you check out George with Renegade Report as well. I think he's over 1,000. They're doing subscribe. They have membership levels as well. Make sure you check those guys out for really good content when it comes to Florida State. But my whole thing with KJ is, KJ, they had a spaces where KJ was saying, well, not KJ, KJ's family was saying that, it wasn't, oh my goodness, it was down to the last minute. Y'all don't understand all of the pressure that these guys go through. And all of this stuff, and it was really a hard decision for KJ to basically come out and say, "Oh, that shit was a lie, man. Fuck what they talking about. Fuck what you heard." I knew I was going to Georgia 3 weeks ago. Like, let's play this on wax. Like, and this is KJ. Now they're asking them these questions, but like, dog, you could be like, man, you know what? I'm just happy where I'm at right now.
Was it like watching that bowl game?
It was crazy because glad I'm not on the other side now because that would have been bad.
Was it like watching that bowl game?
Even with that, I'm like, damn, dog.
It was
you wouldn't have been on the
crazy
other
because
side if you like other people wouldn't have opted out. Like that was an opt-out game, but we did get our ass whooped though, regardless of how you look at it. But like, bro, you could have just been like, man, shit, you know, I feel bad for them boys. I mean, hell, even Kirby said I feel bad for them boys. Like, it just doesn't. I don't wish ill on anybody like that. I'm not gonna say I wish the best for you because we got that Kevin Gates sound where he's just like, boy, fuck you, dots a day. Like, I'm not gonna go that far, but at the same time, like, it's giving bus vibes. You know, you haven't made I always tell Jish, you haven't made a play yet. Keep your mouth shut. I have a bunch of 5-stars that I happen to be around right now that I tell them, you know, be careful. Like one kid, he's not a 5-star, but he's a quarterback and he's entertaining stuff. And I always tell him that be careful of how you sound and the different trips that you take because, you know, people are going to use that against you and they're not going to care. The people who are making the money and getting the likes and the clicks off that soundbite ain't going to give a fuck about you. Like, you're going to be the one who has to deal with that blowback. So as long as he's willing to take the blowback,
unknown
that's
caller.
all that matters. Hold on one second. Hello? All right, hold on one second. Oh, shit. All right. What's going on, man? State your name. What you got?
Yo, my name is Carter Hilton. They call me Tommy Westside. I wanted to comment on the whole entire I'm getting kind of echo, so it's throwing me off.
Oh, you got to push pause on your or if you're listening to the show, you're not going to be able to, it's going to echo to you.
No, I'm not listening to the show.
Oh, okay. Damn. I don't know why it's echoing there.
Well, I'm listening to the show, but I turned the show off.
Okay.
But anyway, there's this guy named Matt the Great. He does these like commentaries on like Alabama and all this stuff. And he always goes in on FSU. He talks about how we wasn't supposed to be there and all that. And it just ticks me off. And every time I go to your show, I'm like, you know, I got to get these two to talk because I know you will give us the business.
Oh, so y'all trying to give me this. I'm on a peaceful mission in 2024, man. But nah, I don't go. Put the name of the show in the comments, like, you know, or something like that, or tweet me the name of the show. I would love to get on there and check these people out. Bama is in a weird place. Like, they're really, really good, right? And they want attention. Like Big Three, we will talk about each other all day. Like we always see them jump into our Twitter battles, and then we all jump on them. And we're like, nobody asked you to come here. Georgia tries to do the same thing, and we're like, hey man, y'all stay up there where winners are at. We over here infighting amongst ourselves. And Bama's trying to manufacture this hate when it's not even like called upon because the world was built around them right now for college football. So we came in and we were one of the first. Well, we've only been the only team to really, us and Ohio State, if I remember correctly, that aren't SEC teams that have really come into there and kind of shaken up the apple cart. And they have to come out of hate. If you look at what's happening with the news, with ESPN and everybody, like it's manufactured. It's like literally, it's strategic, it coordinated efforts. So we have to be the bad guy because we're also in the South. And if Florida State is good, think about back to when Jimbo was Jimbo, brown jacket Jimbo, right? I had a teammate of mine who worked for him. He said, James, who in the state of Florida that we really wanted did we not? Who didn't we get when Jimbo was Jimbo? And when he said that, I had to step back and think, like, damn, this motherfucker's spitting. And that's scary because if Florida State, all that shit locks up. Like right now, there's a 25 kid that they're petrified that I'm getting hate in my inbox and I'm not even recruiting the kid, bro. I just tell them that that's my kid. I don't care where the kid go. But people are like, oh, if he come there, that's his hating ass, fat ass fullback coach is over there trying to mimic him, trying to get him to go to Florida State. So it is what it is, man.
All right, well, man, everybody wants smoke.
Everybody wants smoke till you bring it to their doorstep. One Cardi B said that, and it was one of the greatest lines of her. Like her raps be making me like feel like, damn, it's scary because you want to recite some of them, but then she started talking about that other shit, and you be like, damn, let me chill out. I can't get caught bopping my head to that kind of shit. But it's the truth. Everybody wants smoke till it's brought to their doorstep.
I'm not cool with no Cardi B. I ain't gonna cap.
No, I ain't with you. I'm with you. I'm just saying, but that's a cold ass bar. Everybody wants smoke till you bring it to their doorstep, and that's what you give me that motherfucking name, and I'll go up there and try to get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right in the comments, dog. I got you, dog.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the calling, man. You have a good.
Hey, one more thing, man. If you need a editor or anything, I'm here, bro. Like I'll send you my information and everything.
Oh, do that. Hit me up on. Oh shit, people be saying they can't DM me on Twitter. If you can't DM me on Twitter,
I got you on Instagram. Actually,
you said what?
I got you on Instagram.
Okay, yeah. Hit me on Instagram. Hit me on Instagram. Give me your information. Always looking for some shit to be able to put content out. It's hard as hell to get content out quick anyway. So yeah, definitely hit me up with that, bro.
Yeah.
All right. See how easy business can get done? Just boom, right there. Boom, 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 boom. If y'all want me on somebody else's show, y'all tell them motherfuckers to hit me up and I'll come out there. And I will try to be as professional as possible for as long as they allow me to be professional. And then I'm going to start clapping back at them. Because that's just what we do. Let me go try to find this the comment section again before we finish up this show. Oh damn, Miles got the thing already done. The comment section. Damn, Miles doing this thing, bro. Hey, Andre, I fucks with Cardi too, man. Cardi and what's the Glorilla? Like Glorilla, them hoes be getting after it, man. Matt be great. All right. I gotta go check that out. Dante's boxing talk. Billy Roll. Hope he gets the FAMU job. I do too. Billy Roll is my guy. Love Billy Roll. OG Billy Roll. Irish brother, you right about that. It was somebody. Jim Muner watched the film of the Furman lineman do bitches around Clemson DL last year. I checked that out. Furman lineman is from Jacksonville too. I like the running back from Oregon. Maximus 1318 put out of this incoming class. Who do you think has the best chance to come in and make a difference right away? Oh, Cam Davis, easy. And I would say one of the DBs, but we got a lot of DBs coming in. So does Rodney Hill come back? I don't think any of those guys that left like that get to come back. But Matt be great. Let me go see what I wonder how many damn. Yeah, she did say that, Andre. I can't get into their lifestyle choices. I want to see what this Matt be great. Y'all got me interested in this now. I don't be knowing these cats like that. It's a Pilgrim. Definitely should have threw the swing pass. Where's his Damn, he got numbers. I like that. Man, this is one of them. Y'all finna have me go argue with a fucking frat boy, man. Man, y'all wild for that. Y'all wild for that. But we'll consider consideration. All consideration. I'll tell you that much. But this boy is yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell people without telling them sporadics. He says what you have to realize is that some guys are told to leave, and I think some guys will be told to leave again here in not too distant future. Yeah. So, anyways, though, Maximus, that's what I think Cam, and I don't know who else was on the I don't know who else in that class, but we got some good floor guys. But in any other year, there would have been guys that would definitely be day one contributors, but I don't really see a lot of them. Yeah, so I think we'll see what goes on this weekend. As I get more portal news, we'll drop more portal news. But tomorrow, please check us out. Me, Lorenzo Booker, will be on the channel, chopping it up about the golden days of yore. And just talking about he's got a top prospect in the class of 2025 that everybody will be looking at wide receiver. And any questions, I really would love you guys to come in and ask it. I would love to have that one be like an over 200, 300 type of watch party type thing, man, where we just come in and ask questions about what it's like to sign on ESPN, what it was like to do a whole bunch of other stuff, especially if you really, really like if you really, really like a lot of the other things going on. Kiari Williams, I think McCoy can have an impact punt returner. I like McCoy. He's doing some good stuff. I just think wide receiver is going to be the toughest one to break into because we got a lot of good young wide receivers coming up. But outside of that, man, appreciate you guys for rocking with me, chopping it up with me. Check out the shorts, check out the content that'll be being produced and whatnot. And outside of that, we will see you guys next time.